There we go. Let me just get my headphones on. How is everybody doing today? Welcome. Whoop, I'm stuck. Hold on, guys. Hold on, I'm stuck. Hold on. Hello, I'm Angela, and welcome to today's live stream. Is my music actually playing? Yes, it's just kind of soft. We are going to be working today on some more Tyranids. I will need to grab my phone here in just a moment, but I also want to make sure, yes, I will be right back, guys. I'm going to go grab my phone. Richard, hello! Honestly, now I don't need to go grab my phone. I just wanted to make sure that we were actually live, everything was good, and you guys were seeing this. Hi, Toy Painter 1, welcome to the stream. I am very glad to see everybody's here. We've got some Tyranids to paint today. I have greened up all of my gaunts. They all have green on them. And now, today, we're going to start working on the beautiful purple that we're going to put on top of them. Hillbilly Reefer, I am doing very, very well. What's up with you? Are you guys having a good 4th of July? For those of you that are in America, are you celebrating anything today? Because, you know, it is Independence Day and such. Good evening, Part of Work comic reader. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you here. Alright, let's go ahead and get straight started on this. I will probably at some point take a break to grab my phone, but I'm not going to worry about it too much now. We're going to be working with some Luxian purple today. One of my all-time favorite contrast colors. I think this is going to look really, really cool. Let's get it shook up. And then we'll get started, because I want to jump right into this. I've got the majority of them fully cleaned up and greened. They're all green. There's a couple that I haven't quite done full cleanup on. And I made a decision literally before I started streaming. You see how I tidied up this little elbow piece? Originally I was thinking of maybe making that bone colored like these on the feet. But it occurs to me that it's not really a claw specifically. It's kind of a weird just like elbow pad. And while I could make it purple, I think I'm just going to repaint it green. So I kind of wasted some time with that, and I just wanted to fully admit it because it was an unnecessary step that I've decided to now change. Hello, David! Welcome to the stream. Oh, also, everybody, let me know, how is the music for you guys? How do I sound? I think we should be good, but I don't know if I've adjusted it since the last time we streamed, which may have been the not Warhammer 40k live stream, in which case I know I turned my desktop volume up, so do let me know if it's too loud or anything for you guys, but I think it should be fine. Alright. I'm just getting this shook. I have no idea what the actual turnout's gonna end up being for today, because it is the 4th of July. So I don't know if people are gonna end up being super busy or not super busy, because it's still a Tuesday. Like, it is still a Tuesday, lo and behold. But, who knows? Seems normal? Okay, good, good. Thank you for that, David. I appreciate it. Alright, let's go ahead and get started on getting some purple on these boys. I am a little scared to do this because I don't want to overlap too much of the green. But I think I can get away with this size brush. Oh yeah, that is immediately looking amazing. Just be kind of careful not to get it on his arm. I ended up, so since the last time that we've worked on these, obviously I got all the green done on them. I switched to a much larger brush, which really helped speed up the process, which I'm very glad I did. But now I'm kind of going back to the smaller brushes because I do want to be a little bit delicate with some of this work on the armor because I've done such a nice job on all of my green. Music's fine? Okay, thank you, good. You need to resculpt the right elbow of your termagants? Ah, because you're swapping out the weapons. I gotcha. That makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, so the plan today is to just try to get as much of this purple work done as possible. Possibly even moving into a little bit of the pink that I'm going to add in. I've decided that I'm going to do the guns in pink. I don't know if we had fully, like, finished discussing that the last time, but that's ultimately what I decided. We're also going to do the little, like, slits in their sides in pink as well, which I think will end up looking really cool. Alright, I think that is now fully done. I'm kind of scared to do their backs. I might switch over to my larger brush then. I don't know. But it gets kind of delicate back here, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to handle that. We'll find out here in a moment, won't we? I will admit, you guys, I am a little bit tired today. I had, like, my workout, I think, just ended up being a little tougher than I originally had thought it was going to be, and I did a lot of walking yesterday, actually. Michael, I am doing quite well, other than being a little bit tired from exercising this morning and kind of having a very lovely time out yesterday, but doing a significant amount of walking. It was great, but I feel like my muscles are like, please, don't stand much. Thankfully, we're sitting now, so hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. Sometimes the angles you end up holding these things at to be able to paint certain stuff is just funny to me. Like, because to you guys, it just looks like I'm kind of holding it flat, but it's more at a slightly different angle, and I don't know, it looks weird to me. Oh, I always take, like, at least a day in between. Like, I'm not quite to the point where I work out every day, although I guess, I mean, I walk a lot, so technically, in a sense, I work out every day, but not really. Oh, that's not finished at all. Hold on. One moment. But I'm doing the Ring Fit adventure game for the Switch. Oh, fuck. No. Hold on. I'll finish that story in a second. Alright. Okay, fixed it. Now let's get a smaller brush. Let's not put our other brush in our paint. That would be bad. And let's get in there. Maybe? There we go. Hold on. Almost got it. Bam. And then also right there. Sick. Okay, cool. I have fixed it. Everything's fine now. So I've been doing it's like Ring Fit Adventure, I think it's what it's called. It's on the Switch. Chaos Cultist and I both have been doing it, and it's fun. Like, it's also tiring. But I think it's working. So, which is good. And it means that I don't have to, like... I've been enjoying it more than actually going to the gym, specifically. Like, the exercise is slightly different, so it's just been working for me better. Ooh, that sounds cool. A reef aquarium? What kind of... Is it a saltwater aquarium, or is it a freshwater aquarium? Alright, I think what we can definitely do is we can paint the tops of the guns, because these are also going to be purple. Maybe I'll make the guns yellow, actually. The reason I say that is because I noticed that there's a little bit of that ribbing that on the gun in the same place where it is on the Tyranids themselves, on the gaunts themselves, and I kind of want to have them be the same color, and if I make the whole gun pink, then that'll get lost. So if I make it yellow, which will allow me to just paint the cords yellow too, and I could just kind of be like, it's all the same material, then I can get away with that, maybe. I'm gonna think about it. Saltwater. Oh, you grow corals. That's cool. I guess it makes sense that you could do that. I just don't think I've ever heard of anybody, like, growing corals specifically. That's really rad. Do you, like, grow them for profit, or is it purely, like, fun and hobby? You want that? Actually, no, that shouldn't be purple. Let's see if we can get that off. Probably not completely. We'll have to do a little bit of cleanup, but it won't be too bad. Am I still... Okay, good. I'm still totally on screen. I adjusted where my camera was so that I didn't have to quite lean into my desk as much and still be on screen. So that way, if I end up pulling it into myself a little bit more, it's less likely to be off camera. Won't solve the problem completely, but should help significantly. Alright, that's good. Alright, we're going to back to our bigger brush, because we're going to start working on his head ridges and the back. And also this other side plate. That's really cool. I kind of figured there might be a whole community, but I also didn't know if, like, aquariums, for example, like, hired people like you who grew corals and, like, bought them so that they could, you know, fill their aquarium tanks for the fishes and stuff. That is very cool. Do you, like, trade them with each other? Like, could you, like, you know, if you went to, if there was, like, a con or something that was dedicated to growing corals, would you be able to, like, exchange your corals and, like, mix breeds and stuff? Like, is it kind of like that? Alright. I think this is going to be the best way to approach this. Are you ready? We're going to go ahead and start applying the purple to the back. This will help me get over my nerves of doing it on everybody else. Oh, it's looking so good. Such a pretty color. I've got way too much of it on this side. Let's move some of that over. Sorry, got really into that for a moment. Let's see. You trade, you sell. Oh, okay, cool. Nice, I'll have to look into that. Oh yeah, some coral, like, is wildly colorful. It's really, really rad. That's awesome that there's, like, a whole community for it. I mean, I'm not really surprised that there is. But I'm glad that it's active and, like, sounds like it's a lot of fun. Alright, there we go. Okay, I think that's looking... Let's see, can I... Looking pretty slick. I'm very happy. Alright, let's get his head. thank you for subscribing, Tom Morsh. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy your time here. Oh my gosh. Woo! Feeling good about this. I am feeling super, super good about this. Okay, I'm gonna set this one off to the side just to, like, let him dry a smidge before I take him off the putty and work on his little feetsies. I need one that is also on putty. Actually, if I can probably actually put these boys back on their bases now. Not bend them completely out of shape though, Angela. Okay, yeah, because this way I can get to their feetsies a little bit better, because I do want to make the hooves also in purple. So I'll have to put him on his base in a minute. And I don't really care if this color gets on the base itself, we're going to be covering that up. I think what I'm going to end up doing for their bases, by the way, I don't think I've talked about this with you guys before, is I'm going to end up going with a very grimdark base. That way, these guys really look like poison and something you should stay away from, rather than being a little bit cartoony. Because if I end up going very, very bright with their bases, and they themselves are also bright, I think it could come across a little too vivid in a goofy kind of way. At least in, like, what I feel like my ability is. So, in order to avoid that, I am going to go ahead and go with a little bit more of a grimdark basing, which I think will be fun. It'll be a lot different from what we are actually doing with the Nids themselves, which I can enjoy. I think it gives me something else to work on. They are really cool, aren't they? I'll be right back. I feel like I hear my cat doing something that they maybe shouldn't be doing, so... And I'm the only one home right now, so I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go check on them. Just kidding. It wasn't a cat at all. It was my husband coming home. Huzzah! Hello, Martin. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day today. Doing anything fun, being a fellow American, doing anything fun for the 4th of July? For the evening? Are you gonna watch any fireworks or anything like that? Oh, well, thank you. There we go. Got that side of the shin done. Hola, Red Incal. Incal? Red Incal. One day, I'll be able to read your guys' names correctly the first time. One day. But today is not that day. Thank you. Happy 4th of July to you as well. Happy 4th of July, everybody. I'm sure we'll probably be saying that again at the end of the stream as we leave. For everybody that might come in. But yes, happy 4th of July to all of my fellow Americans. Are you going to be enjoying some fireworks? Are you going to be enjoying some barbecue? Some beach? I don't know. What are other classic 4th of July holiday things? I obviously doing the most 4th of July thing ever and painting some Tyranids. Oh, it would be really funny if we were painting them in red, white, and blue color scheme of some variety, because then they could be patriotic. Oh my goodness. Instead, we're patriotic towards the Joker and the Hulk. Take your pick. You can choose. A little bit of spillover. Let me see if I can get that. Left a little bit of a stain. I can probably fix that, or I can just leave it and I probably won't care. He's like right on the spot. I use my nail to dab it up a little bit. Which miraculously did not actually take out that much of the green. I'm really surprised. But hey, it worked. It worked. I'll take it. That is a large excess of purple there. Please get rid of it. And use it down there. Thank you. I say to myself. I should not have touched that. It was not dry. Fuck. Okay, just stop fiddling with it and don't stick your paintbrush in your actual water, please, Angela. Rabbit Burner, thank you. Thank you for acknowledging our victory. You know, listen, the thing is it's better now, but like a couple years ago, wasn't exactly celebrating this holiday. Is this the first miniature that I've started printing? I don't do any printing of miniatures, but if you mean painting, it is the first of the Tyranids that I've been working on. I have a whole slew of them, which I've started painting, and they all have, like, green underbellies. But this is the first that we've started putting the purple on. Mercarion. Are you calling me a slow painter? Is that what's happening here? Because I acknowledge that I am. Yes, I am, in fact, still painting the Termagants. I have not gotten that much progress done on them because I have a lot of things I do throughout my weeks. And as much as I wish I could just, I guess, constantly sit here and paint, I don't know if I'd actually want that because I like doing some of the other things that I do as well. So I've been slow. I'm sorry. We're working on it. At least we're past the green, okay? At least we're not working on that same step. I did progress us forward from where we were last time. And the next time we paint, I probably will be working on something larger. I suspect that these boys will be finished off-screen sometime. Just haven't got to it yet. There are too many different Termagants. That's fair. Too many indeed. 20 of them in Leviathan. Then I think a whole 20 more in the combat patrol that's coming out. Let alone the starter box sets. Although the introductory one only has the 10. And a random extra Ripper Swarm. You know, to make up for the 2 they gave us in Leviathan. I don't understand that. I don't understand why GW only gave us 2. Because, like, they have to be run in squads of 3 according to the rules. That's why it's weird to me. They also gave you a apothecary in Leviathan that actually can't join a squad. Because he's in Gravis armor, and they didn't give you anything else that's in Gravis armor. So he can only join squads in that. Or is it Gravis or Phobos? I can't remember now. He's in a certain type of armor that no other miniature in the set in Leviathan actually is wearing. So he can't actually join any of the units. And so I'm like, why? Why would you not just give us an apothecary in a armor style that is part of the units, and so that he could be added to a squad. Also, hello, David. Welcome to the stream. You sat here mostly painting takes. That sounds like a good evening or afternoon, if I am honest. Almost as good as spending your time painting some termagants. Almost got a little wild there. A little carried away. It's a little anemic. Purple color's looking a bit anemic, and I want it to be poppier. There we go. That looks better. Now let's do the head. Sick. Are they only giving 2 Rippers on the Combat Patrol, too? So you still end up with an uneven number of them if you buy the Combat Patrol. I wonder if there's special rules for them in that scale that only means you run 2. And for the... Because, like, it's in the introductory set where they only give you the 1. And I assume that's because they're trying to teach you something about that base size that is unnecessary to have all of them, but they do still want to teach it to you. I don't know, it just seems like a weird choice. Alright, that's looking good. Let's go ahead and do this thigh panel. Get a little bit more paint on my brush. Alright, that's looking fantastic. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I think I've got some edges here that I need to take care of. That's looking good. How are the edges looking on this side? Okay, I think we're actually pretty decently handled. Maybe up that one a little bit. And then that's looking a little green. Fixed it. Alright. Oh, oh, oh. Holy shit. I completely missed that. And that. Alright, I think I've fixed it now. They probably don't have the rights, Mercarion, to be able to use the likenesses of the actors from the show. That's why I don't... I forget, I don't play the Lord of the Rings game very often, so I am not actively looking at this range super frequently, unless it happens to be like a really big release from Games Workshop, like in a news episode. I'm trying to remember, do they actually use the likenesses of, like, Viggo Mortensen and stuff, who plays Aragorn, and, like, all the actors from the films? Do they actually use their likenesses in their sculpts, or are they using the illustration versions of them? Because I thought they were using the illustration versions, because I didn't think they had the, like, authority or rights to use the stuff from the IP, or from the movies, because that's licensing worked differently. Oh, is that how it works? Part works comic reader. So the Combat Patrol uses 2 units of 10 plus Ripper bases. The Rippers take the wound first. Got it. Thank you for subscribing. And sir, I apologize, or ma'am, I don't know how to pronounce your name. And I'm not gonna try, because I'll probably just embarrass myself and offend somebody. So thank you for subscribing, though, to my new subscriber. They are Termahulks, yes. Hulkagons, yes. I also like both of those. I like both of those. I think they're both appropriate. Ooh, I missed a tiny bit. There. Alright, cool. Oh, I completely also missed this here. That needs to be painted, and that other hoof. I was thinking I was finished with this little guy, but no. No, not at all. Yeah, the idea with the color scheme is to actually make them look, just toxic. And or like a Disney villain. So we're gonna throw some bright pinks in there, too. Hold on, I gotta remove all the paint I just put on my brush. Spreading some of this paint around so it doesn't get too dark. But I had to do a little bit of repair. I think we fixed it. I'm being overly anal. These are troops. Move on, Angela. Move on. Care if I get it on the rock, because we're just gonna paint over that and clean it up anyways. So it's not a big deal. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, so the last thing we need to take care of are the things on his guns. Because I think I'm going to do the claws in bone. Like, that's the one thing that's going to be kind of, like, naturally organic on them. No, I'm not doing the Space Marines in a Marvel superhero theme. Although that would be really, really cool, actually. No, the intention was not originally to have them be specifically superhero themed, although they definitely end up with that vibe. The Space Marines are going to be painted up in, or have actually already been painted up in our Hobby Knight color scheme, which is essentially a Blood Angel color scheme, leaning a little bit more emphasis on some black trim. So I guess they lean Flesh Terror. Let's be careful around his jaw. And then even more careful around his chin. My goodness. Alright, cool. We got it. Taken care of. Easy peasy. Easy peasy as... Stop almost sticking... I have a big glass of water here. And I have a cup holder off to the side. And every time... I normally keep my water on this side. I'm just going to move it so that maybe I'll just still go this direction but aim for the correct thing. But I keep almost trying to stick my paintbrush into this cup. And I'm like, no, no, no. We don't drink our paint water. That would be gross. And probably not exactly healthy for you. Alright, I am feeling good about where that boy is at. Let's get the next one back on its base. And keep going. Needs the one ring for more painting power. Oh my gosh, so speaking of the one ring, Chaos Cultist had a brilliant idea, and I completely think it would be, like, ridiculously silly and fun to do, and it'd also probably tick a lot of people off, but I think that would be part of the fun of it. So, because it would all end up just being for charity. So you know how, like, the One Ring card is valued at, like, $2 million or whatever? I would want to, like, reach out to a big YouTuber, like, somebody like Mr. Beast scale, okay? And be like, okay, let's put on a charity stream. And when we hit $2 million, we're gonna drop the One Ring card in an actual volcano, like the One Ring. Because that power should not exist. Let's just destroy it. Imagine the absolute, like, wildness that video would be. If somebody actually, like, took the One Ring card, traveled to Mount Doom, whatever volcano they wanted to call Mount Doom, and then cast the One Ring into Mount Doom. Like, would that not be so on point, so on theme, so, like, appropriate for Tolkien? I feel like. I think, like, I had not considered that at all as, like, even a thing someone could do with the card, but now I really hope that happens, because I think it would be stunning. I need to find the one that this guy actually goes on. I think it might be this one? Yeah, there you go. There's your base, buddy. There's your base. Evening, Double Dip. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, nice, Richard. I've never tried a brush rinser specifically. Like, I like the Citadel cup because it has those ridges, which helps get excess paint out of your brushes. But I know that there are, like, some that are, like, really specific for cleaning them, and I've never tried that. You're precious. Is it a classic color combo? Awesome. I mean, I guess you mean, like, just generally, not specifically for Tyranids. It may not be specific to Tyranids, because, like, I don't feel like I see purple and green Tyranids very often. But, like, green and purple as a color scheme, yeah, they go together super well. Welcome to my Disney villain Nids. Or, depending on how you're feeling, they could be Joker Nids. They could also be Space Hulk. Or not Space Hulk. Or just Hulk. They could just be Hulk Nids. She-Hulk Nids, maybe? That'd be wild. That's fair. I just think it'd be, like, wild to, like, see people's reactions to it being destroyed, since it's a one of one. Maybe that's the chaos in me. Well, some of the chaos in me. Like, imagine, it'd be such an art statement. Disnids, yes, these are my Disnids. I feel like that's gonna get us into, like, these nuts jokes. My goodness. Okay, I'm gonna paint more. Let's do this, people. Let's keep actually painting. You're gonna paint them like cockroaches, Carl? That sounds fun. That's also very appropriate considering they are bugs. And they just don't seem to leave once they've infested. Just like the Skaven. Imagine if the Nids and Skaven teamed up. That would never happen. But it'd be terrifying. Then again, if any of them teamed up, it'd be terrifying. Thankfully, I don't think the Tyranids really work with anybody. That isn't really their jam. They just, like... They don't really assimilate you because they're not Borg, but... They consume you and turn you into biomass. And assimilate you then. Oh, I didn't clean up that side. Well... Alright. It's fine. It's fine. Oops. Well, I'll need to fix that. Yeah, I just completely missed cleaning his inner thigh there. The Cockroach Commandos! I love that. I gotcha, Double Dip. I gotcha. That is a little bit extreme. I don't know if I'd ever bleed for my minis. I mean, I've bled for them in the sense that they've stabbed me. Oh god, I have not finished painting the side. Hold on. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Go fast, go fast. I mean, contrast paint is pretty forgiving, but... I'm so dumb, hopefully I don't get a, like, obvious seam line. That's what I'm worried about. Okay, I think I corrected it. Now we can go back to the thigh. And take care of that before it dries. Nice. Okay. I was so worried. Good, I'm glad the sound is good still. Excellent, thank you, Nick. You know what, I think because it's so kind of covered, I don't think you're gonna really notice. I do need a slightly smaller brush though. Mercurion. Holy fucking hell. I loved Shayna's promo against Rhonda on Raw last night. I did not watch it live. I saw it on YouTube later. But I was so thrilled. I fucking called it. So we were watching over the weekend, for those of you that do not know, WWE had their Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And during the show, their women's tag team champs defended their belts against the former tag team champs. And the current tag team champs, who are no longer, they are not currently, they've lost actually since then, because, spoiler, Money in the Bank, they lose, were Ronda Rousey, the MMA star, and Shayna Baszler, and also an MMA star. But Shayna's really made a huge name for herself in WWE. She was in NXT for a really long time. I think she did really good work, and I think she's had significant character development over her years. And to her point in her promo on Raw, she has put in the work, and Ronda fucking has not. And this is just my personal opinion, but I am a Shayna fangirl through and through, and nothing you can say will ever change that. And the other thing that makes Shayna super extra amazing to me is the fact that she is a massive 40K fan. She often has ring gear that is representative of the chaos, or not chaos, of just the Space Marine chapters throughout the game. And on SmackDown, the Friday before the pay-per-view, Money in the Bank, Shayna had been wearing Luna Wolf's armor themed, like, ring gear, which was beautiful. Very nice. I loved it. She then came out at the pay-per-view wearing Sons of Horus themed ring gear. And I was like, Are they teasing what I think they're teasing? And how did she get this approved? Because I would love for Shayna to turn on Rhonda, because Rhonda isn't worth her time, in my opinion, and she's so much better than her. And then she fucking did it! Oh my god, it was so good! And I loved it, and then she had a great promo on Raw yesterday, I think it was, where she basically told Shayna, or Shayna basically told Rhonda, girl, you just walked in the back door and immediately got handed a WrestleMania, like, thing, and everybody... I'm going to tell you what everybody here is already thinking of. We're tired of hearing you on the mic because, good lord, she cannot talk on a mic to save herself. Holy fuck. And so, like, it was just perfect. It was, like, everything I felt Shayna was saying. And I was like, yes! This is everything I wanted! This is everything I wanted! Hello, the Sarah Games! Welcome to the stream. I totally did. I totally called it, and I was, like, so pleased with myself. And the funny thing was, is I was literally in the middle of tweeting, I think Shayna might betray, as she literally betrayed Rhonda on Money in the Bank. And I was just like, yes. And then she had that beautiful kick to her head on Raw yesterday. And I was like, this is beautiful wrestling entertainment. Thank you. Yes, I did see that she was painted up to be like Vegeta from... Majin Vegeta, meaning that she, like, I'm not reading into that too much, because, like, Rhonda, yes, she is a nerd, and she definitely, like, likes Dragon Ball Z, but I've not actually, outside of that, I've not actually seen that much of, like, a nerdiness from her, and I don't know, I don't read too much into her being Majin Vegeta. The only thing that says to me is that she's being manipulated by somebody else, because Majin Vegeta, like, yeah, he took it for power, but he was still being manipulated by the wizard. So, I don't know. I'm not going to read too much into that. I'm just going to focus on the fact that Shayna fucking kicked her ass. It was so good. I was so happy. I was so happy at Money in the Bank because of that. Like, that, one of my favorite Money in the Banks ever. To be fair, I actually thought the show overall was pretty darn good, because I feel like, for me, I was really worried that Logan Paul was going to win the Money's Men in the Bank, and I was really, like, I'm not worried, but I was going to be kind of meh if Becky won the women's, because while I think it would be very cool for Becky to eventually hold the Money in the Bank briefcase, because she never has, I don't think she's going to be diminished by not holding it either. I don't think she's going to be affected negatively for it. So the fact that Io actually won the women's Money in the Bank, climbing over Bayley and Becky. I mean, really, she climbed over Bayley specifically, but she handcuffed Becky and Bayley to the ladder, or to each other through the ladder, so that they couldn't get up. And then she just proceeded up, got the Money in the Bank briefcase, and I was so thrilled, because I think Io Sky freaking deserves it. She's such a badass, and I love her. And definitely underutilized sometimes. That Zelina Zoe spot was a really good spot. I completely agree with you. Also a little scary. Like, whenever they do kind of, like, spots on ladders like that, it doesn't matter if it's men or women doing it, it always, like, I'm like, no, don't hurt yourself. Talk to see, well, you gotta become a professional wrestler to win the Money in the Bank. I know. Oh my god. It is gonna rip Judgment Day apart, and I am super excited for that. Because I didn't know, wasn't sure they were gonna go that direction yet. I wasn't sure if they were gonna actually start to split them or not. Just because of how, like, hot right now Rhea and Dom are. But I think it's gonna be really fun. I'm excited to see, like, where that takes us. Honestly, the biggest thing that I was, like, less into that I thought I would be was the main event. I, for some reason, just wasn't as into the Roman Reigns, like, the tag match. Like, it was a good match, don't get me wrong. I thought the match itself was really, really, really good, but I don't know, there was just something also... I feel like I've seen it before, though? I don't know. Maybe it's just because my favorite boy, Sami Zayn, wasn't involved. And therefore, Kevin Owens was not involved. My other favorite boy. Seen a little spot where I need to touch up some green. Oh, is he coming back on Friday, Edge? That's cool. That's very true, Michael. Where are we at? 153. Excellent. Made some decent progress so far. Let's keep going. Oh, I should have switched over to my bigger brush for this. Okay, well, let's just try to get it fast and then we'll move over to the gun, which is where we were supposed to use this. I just wasn't paying attention. I really do need to work on my observation skills. Alright, he's looking swell. Let's do the gun. Yeah, I'm not seeing any, like, super obvious white spots. Been really fun. There's been a lot of really good wrestling recently, actually, because Forbidden Door was really good. I've heard Collision's been pretty good. I saw the first episode, but I haven't caught the last two episodes. Saturday is a really weird time for them to have a show. I feel like a lot of people might be, like, out and about, so it seems weird, but... Go figure! Can I get that? Can I even get that? Can I even... Hold on, I think I can't. I just gotta be patient. Oh no, I got purple on his arm! Get out of here. Alright, fixed it. Mostly. But not in a way that will ever be noticeable. Oh yes, Michael, I completely agree with you. Black Templar is an excellent color for tires. Completely. It works great as rubber. Honestly, it's nice because it layers really well, too, so if you do want to deepen it and make it a little bit less transparent and a bit more opaque, you easily can, without it becoming so opaque that you completely lose the effect that contrast is supposed to have. Alright. I'm gonna not worry too much about the backside of this gun. Just gonna move to this front side. That's green. Okay, good. Yeah, Black Templar is a really good paint. I really like a lot of the reds from the contrast line are actually, in my opinion, very just nice red paints in general. I love using them as cloaks or like basically fabric. Like anytime I need to paint fabric, I am very, very keen to gravitate towards red because it settles so smoothly, in my opinion. Like, I feel like it's one that you can really, it's really hard to get it to be super, like, weird looking. I feel like it's just a good all-around color. Alright, we are looking good there. There's a little tiny amount. Maybe I can get there on the edge. There we go. Perfect. We will move on to number 4. The last time you painted miniatures you were using berry juice on cave walls? I imagine that it might have attracted a lot of ants. Well, I'm glad you're learning new stuff. That is the way it should be. Always out there learning new things. Oh. I just realized that I wasn't done with him at all. I forgot his hooves. I forgot his hooves. How could I forget? Oh, nice. That sounds really pretty. A nice pale blue cloak. You know what? I'm not actually going to end up doing the whole... Do I want to do the whole hoof in purple? I'm debating whether or not I want to do the hoof in the same color. I'm going to do the claws, which is going to be like a bone color tone. Wow, I did a terrible job painting that. I did a terrible job painting that thigh calf shield thing. Armor. That's the word I was looking for. Let me see if the Chaos Cultist is available to give me his opinion. I'll be right back. I have summoned him because he is delightful. So I am debating how I want to do the hoofs. I've painted them purple on one of them, just like fully, and I don't know if I fully like it.
I don't like it.
I don't either. Okay, good. I'm glad that we're in the same opinion, because I'm going to do this, like, little claw thing in just bone. I wanted to have something slightly actually organic. And so I'm thinking I'm going to do the hoof in that too, but they have that little bit of thing over top of it, so I'm going to paint that in purple and then do a cleanup, I think is what I'm going to end up doing.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Thank you for your opinion. I am glad that we were on the same page. I was not feeling it.
Did you show off your outfit?
I have showed off a little bit of it, but not all of it.
There you go.
I was feeling kind of festive, so I went with blue, but I didn't want to go full I didn't want to go full 4th of July. So I went partially 4th of July and then went with a different blue. Now let's see if I can not roll on my dress as I scoot back towards the desk. Oh, awesome, Steve. That sounds amazing. Sarah the Games, you put your NIDs together yesterday? That sounds awesome. Do you got all of them? Are you, like, set to go? Are you ready to prime and, like, start putting paint on them? And if so, have you decided on a color? Steve, you're not old. It's fine. Alright, we're gonna do just a little bit of purple on the top, and then I am going to do the hooves in bone, because, yeah, I agree with him. I just don't think it was working. Whereas I like the idea of this trim being in purple. Do I want it to be in purple? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna make it all in bone. I feel like that's too elaborate for them. They're just gaunts. I think we're just gonna do it all in bone. Or does that... I don't know. What do you guys think? Let it... Machine Spirit, please. You were doing it early. You were focusing beautifully. It was lovely. Please. There's no text. Just... Why? Why? Camera! Hello. Please. There we go. Holy cow. That took forever. Do you see it on the hoof? This one here. Do you like the purple over top of where the hoof is? Because it's slightly... It's like a different material, I feel like. What do you think? They are just fodder. You're right, Rabbit Burner. They are just fodder. Am I overthinking this? Probably. Am I obsessing over it? Yes. Is it a problem? Absolutely. I understand chores killing your strength. I admit that I am tired. And, focus is hard. Focus is hard. Looks good? You like the purple? Okay, I think we'll try it. We'll try it. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one of them, and I'm gonna go ahead and just throw some bone on it. I'm gonna, like, finish it up. I'm gonna do a slight cleanup, and we're gonna do a little test. You know what, actually, we can do that right now. Before we do anything else on that boy, I'm gonna swap him over, and we're just gonna clean up one of these hooves real quick. With a bit of Gracier, okay? Is this my old one? This is. Hold on, I gotta go grab my Gracier, one moment. Alright, everybody. I have got my Gracier. Let's go ahead and do a quick cleanup. Little deviation as we test some things for the army before we go any further and waste time. That's really what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid wasting too much time. getting the cleanup almost done. Maybe do one mirror layer, just because it is going to be Skeleton Horde that we're going to be using, which is a very pale color tone. But that is starting to look good. Let's go ahead and just get the other one cleaned up while that dries. Yeah, no, that's my plan. I end up getting really stuck on like how I want things to end up looking, and it's a problem. Like, if I have any OCD in me, that's where it rears its ugly head, I guess. Alright. I'm already liking the way the cleanup is going, so I do have a feeling I'm gonna like this. There we go. Get a little bit more on this side because it's a bit uneven. Alright. That's looking good. Do one more pass on the other side, and then we'll get the Skeleton Horde paint out. And we'll give it a nice little wash. Nice little wash with the paint. Hey, Otto. This music is a compilation from a YouTuber called Arcana, and it's just music compilation for reading/painting Warhammer 40k Volume 2. I like to put it on in the background because I think it works really well for just, I mean, exactly what the title says it's for. Warhammer painting or reading. It tends to just be a lot of Gregorian chanting and a mix of various songs from OSTs from various Warhammer games, because you'll like hear Mechanicus and that kind of stuff play in it, as well as I think there's like some Dawn of War themes in there, as well as a couple other things. Simon, thank you for the well wishes for Happy Independence Day. I hope you are having a Happy Independence Day as well, even though I see that you are from the UK and do not celebrate this holiday, but Happy 4th of July anyways. Isn't the 4th of July just a swell, just July day to celebrate? It is a really good contrast paint. I completely agree with you. Skeleton Horde is great. Although I admit I do really like the... Is it like... What is it called? Something bone? Is... Where are you? I'm looking for my... speed paint. Pallid bone. That's what it is. Pallid bone. So there's also pallid bone, which I actually think is also quite good. Oh yeah, Double Dip, that was a fun episode. I don't even remember what happened in that game. We filmed that sucker like a year ago. That was from, because it was from their first Kickstarter campaign. I genuinely do not remember at all what happened in that game. And I have not gone back to watch it again yet to see what happened in it. You're welcome to tell me if everybody else is okay for spoilers. But otherwise don't, because we don't want, like, let's let people say whether or not they are okay with spoilers before you say anything. Hello, Frank! Happy 4th of July. Oh, you're painting your Leviathan as well right now, too. Are you working on your delicious Tyranids? Or your stern Space Marines? I should have made it... I should have said, like, Tasty Tyranids, because then it would have had alliteration both times. I could have said Stern Space Marines and Tasty Tyranids, and I would have had alliteration. Why didn't I do it that way? Dude, I understand that completely. I feel like most of the time, I mean, some people, I'm sure, in the US mention Independence Day, like, a lot, but most of the time when we're referencing it, we're talking about the film, too. Unless it is literally the day of the holiday, and we're like, it is the day. Or I guess the 4 days leading up to it. I don't know. All the car commercials, I suppose, are the ones that really remind us that it's coming because they all have their ads for Independence Day. You're working on the Dread? Nice. Nice. What color scheme are you going with? Did you decide to go with a, like, are you picking a specific chapter or are you going with a custom? I need more purple paint. I'm looking at my palette going, which of these is wet? None of them. None of them are wet anymore. They haven't been wet for like several minutes. Because I got really distracted and couldn't think of what to do next. This is not the color I actually wanted, although I did realize that I forgot to paint this a little bit, so hold on. I guess it'll work out. There we go, and just completely missed that edge. You know, it's fine. It's fine. This is why we go back and do a little inspection. I'm gonna have the cleanest painted... That's not actually true. I was about to claim that I'm gonna have the cleanest painted gaunts ever, but there's gotta be somebody who's way more anal about it than I am. Those of you that paint them on sprue. I don't understand that. Like, it's wild to me. Alright, Skeleton Horde. That's what I need. I need Skeleton Horde. Do I have any in here? Is it out on my other desk? It might be out on the other desk. It probably is. Hold on, I'll be right back one more time. I just want you all to know that Chaos Cultist just gave me permission to wrap our car with a Gundam, like, theme. And I probably won't do that, but if I do, that is why. Alright, I have my Skeleton Horde now, everybody.
Hold on. I agreed to a wrap. I didn't specifically agree to, like, a Witch of Mercury wrap or nothing.
I said Gundam. Can I split? Okay, how about this? I'm gonna make a compromise. Death Side custom?
Fine.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be amazing? Could you imagine? I would die. I would be so happy. Can I put Death Side custom on one side and see if they can put Wing on the other?
That won't match. It won't match well.
But they're bros. They're bros.
It's 2023. I'm like, I feel like you should get like a Star Rail wrap or something.
Oh my god, sold. I'm done.
Or just get yourself a VTuber avatar and get yourself your own VTuber.
I would love to do that.
Okay, how pretentious would you be if you were literally driving a car
with your own
anime depiction of your own avatar, like custom wrapped on the exterior, Angela?
I mean, it'd be pretty pretentious, but it'd also be pretty wild,
it's a
right?
Flex. It's a flex.
It is. That is definitely a flex. You're not wrong. Hello, Ben. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. I think my nids are turning out pretty nice as well. We're actually doing a quick test. So I've cleaned up this guy's hooves because I originally painted them purple and I did not think it looked good. I got the Chaos Cultist's opinion. He also agreed. He was like, nah, I don't really think that looks good either. And I was like, cool, good. That's how I was feeling too. So now we're going to do a little test and see what it looks like with Skeleton Horde. But you see we've left a little tiny bit of purple because he's got this sort of like... Honestly, every time I look at it, it reminds me of the top of a wrought iron fence when they got the little spikes. Like, that's kind of what he's got on his hooves. So we're going to paint those. Or we've left those purple, and we're going to paint the rest of the hoof in a nice, thin skeleton horde. And already I'm liking the way this looks. So I think we've found our solution. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Alright, let's do the other one. And then we'll just keep working on the purple. Oh, you're watching Rampage. WWE Rampage. My god, they finally collaborated. Could you imagine? I really hope that eventually we do actually get a Forbidden Door, that instead of it being New Japan and AEW, not that I dislike those shows at all, I think the last one was fucking fantastic, and honestly, some really great stuff happened at it. But I also would love for one of them to end up being a crossover between WWE and AEW. I don't know if or when that might ever happen, but...
After Vince is dead.
I'm probably, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Especially with him being back at power.
It'll be between $2,500 and $6,000 for the wrap. Just letting you know, like, the ballpark. You need a project car. I'm a little worried that we actually don't need to have you fuck with the daily driver, and we actually need to get you a project car, like, down the road.
That could be interesting. I agree. I agree. Also, imagine me with a project car. Oh my god. It'd be fun though. I'd learn a lot about cars too. I've actually been learning a little bit. I know, like, well, I'm not gonna try to pretend like I know anything yet. But I has been watching the YouTubes and I'm slowly picking things up. Because that's what YouTube is for, in my opinion. I just want to paint these little claws, because, like, this guy is actually almost complete. And I would love to actually have a finished example for me to reference, in case, for some reason, I gotta, like, hold off on working on things for a moment or something. You know what I mean? Well, I've got the idea fresh in my head. Let me get it out. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this hoof. There we go. And I do want it to look a little brownish. Oh, a comic book style would be cool for a wrap. The weeb in me, though, really wants it to be, like, an anime specific. Like, maybe I could do it manga style. But I really do want it to be, like, super anime as possible. Which is why originally I was like, oh yeah, the Gundams would be cool. But then he said Honkai Star Rail, and I'm like, I would totally get a car and then put Japard and Jingyan's face on it, and I'd be very pleased. I probably butchered his name there. I also apologize. I think I slurred it a little bit. The General. I would get both of them put on a car. I'd also get Sele on a car. I think she'd be cool. I'd get Kafka put on a car. Yes, please. I'll get one of my favorite VTuber, Iron Mouse. I've seen that, actually. That exists already. That is a very cool name for a town. Wolfsburg? That's great. So the difference between Rampage and the other AEW shows is Rampage is a little bit more... And I haven't watched Rampage since they've added Collision, but before Collision, Rampage was on television. Actually, was it on television for a while? Was it? Or was that the YouTube? No, Dark was YouTube. It was like their NXT-ish, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I don't even know if that's actually accurate, though. It was definitely a B show, that's for sure. Which is not to say it was bad specifically, because I enjoyed a lot of stuff that happened there, but they just did not dedicate storylines to Rampage specifically, in my experience. I did not watch Rampage as consistently as I did Dynamite, for example, though. Dynamite was their main show. Collision is now their, like, secondary show, but it is quickly becoming more interesting, I think, to a lot of people than Dynamite, and I think that's just because it's fresh, honestly. They've got a new design, they have a little bit of a better energy. Thank you for subscribing, Mark Broughton. Thank you, and welcome to the stream. Or welcome to the channel, rather. That makes sense, Sarah. Alright, I need to do his teeth in this color, and I think that's it. That'll be done for Skeleton Horde, at least on this particular model. Alright. Hell yeah, he's got such angry teeth. Alright, his tongue will end up being in pink, like the other little bits around, which I think will blend really nicely. I think everything's looking nice and spoopy. He is looking quite toxic, and I'm very pleased. Having these natural claws, I think, has really actually brought... Like, he's still vibrant, but it has toned some stuff back for me, and I'm really, really liking it. I have not named any of the models. No, I haven't named any of my Termagants yet. And there's, like, actually a bunch. I'm just super zoomed out. Look. Look at how many of them there are. Look at them all. Look at them all. We have so many to paint, everybody. Alright, but we're not actually gonna work on all of these. I do want to keep... I'm gonna... Where are we at time-wise? We're at 2:24? Okay, I wanna do the test of the full scheme on this lovely little lad here. So, I'm gonna switch over... Chaos Cultist! I think I'm gonna do Iron Jaws.
Yes.
I had an idea based off of a comment that I had seen in the last stream about the guns. So, you know how I want to do the little, like, riveted parts in pink?
Yes.
The guns also have that on there. And originally, you and I had discussed potentially doing just the whole gun in pink and having this top portion be the purple. What if I did the gun in yellow, left those rivets in the pink, and then... And I was thinking Iron Jaws for a little bit of a softer yellow, like not a super vivid one, but like...
I think it'll look good, but you gotta do it for 20 of them.
That's fine. I think it won't actually take that long, because this will also allow me to do the cables. Like, I'm basically just gonna do everything on the gun in this color. Yeah. Cool. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that that was gonna, like, not be too garish.
It's your army.
That's true. And I can make it whatever I want. We're doing it! Yellow. Alright, let's see if I immediately regret this. I don't think I do. that his thumb coming through the other side? Oh my god, it is. What? Alright, well, I'll need to paint that in green, I guess. Alright, I'm pretty actually happy with how this is turning out already. And the nice thing is because I used a very vivid yellow-green on the model itself, I feel like any bleed over or anything can just kind of be ignored because they kind of blend together. I completely understand the idea of a bone and red color scheme for Tyranids. I've seen that a couple times, and it is a very handsome color scheme. I am such a sucker for really bright palettes. And that is almost a little too, like, neutral to me. Like, it's gorgeous, but it's neutral. And I want something that looks like it's gonna pop out and just absolutely annihilate you. Cause you to become toxic. I think that's how that, like, beat goes for Toxic for Britney Spears. That's the other thing, by the way, that I think of whenever I just realized I'm super zoomed out and you guys probably can't see the yellow that I put on. It's looking really good. Hold on, let me show you. You can kind of see it if it'll ever focus. Come on, camera. Whoop. Come on. It really wants to focus on my hand. Please stop. Focus on the miniature. It is the thing in front of your face, camera! Machine spirit, please. It really does not. Please. There we go. Holy shit, that took forever. I'm really liking it. Coconut crab nibs? That sounds so fun. It's looking pretty good, huh? Yeah, the Xenomorph color scheme is really fun, too. It's, again, though, it's kind of, like, because the Xenomorphs have done it, and I've seen it lots and lots of times, it's just not as exciting to me. But I get you, and I want everybody to, like, please do what you guys want to. That is the best part about painting, is we can all do the color schemes we choose. Alright. We've got all of our yellow in there. One moment. I saw a little bit that I missed. As per usual. When do I not? It's because I missed that entire side of the gun. Oh no, I just didn't paint his upper thumb, I see. Well, I'll fix that in a second. I did miss this cable on the side, though. Okay, I think I've got it now. Let's get a little bit of green out. Let's close this pot before... I think the Termagants are perfect for contrast paints as well. They work so well on it. I think most of the NIDs tend to... Really, any model that has a lot of, like, variation in its surface area, I think is going to honestly do pretty darn well with contrast paint, because contrast paint just works super especially good on something that's organic and has a lot of folds or just grooves. Alright, got that. Thank you for subscribing, Luis Junker Jensen. Welcome to the channel. Alright, got his little hand retouched up. And now let's get this thumb that I had not realized was here. How fucking hilarious. And we're gonna beef up his fingers a little bit because they're looking a little anemic in color. There we go. Wonderful. Oh my goodness. I am so happy with how this boy is coming out. Okay, it's time for pink. It's time for pink. Pink. Close the green. Hello, Sean. Welcome to the stream, sir. It is lovely to have you here. Chris, there is nothing wrong with the high. Hold on, words are difficult. There is nothing wrong with painting him in the classic High Fleet Leviathan. I think it works perfectly. Oh, for the tank fund, Sean, thank you for the $5. You are wonderful, sir. Welcome back, Havman. Enjoy the stream. Alright. My super vivid pink. Okay, we want to actually be quite delicate about this. Which is why I really like this Tamiya brush that I have, because it's got a very fine tip on it. Oh, I love it. Oh, so good. Alright, let's see what it looks like with this. I think I hear our garbage people outside, but it's Tuesday. No, I'm gonna... Hold on. Hold on. Weird. I swear I thought I heard, like, a dump truck outside. Evidently not. Alright, this is looking fantastic. I am so pleased with this color scheme. It is turning into exactly what I hoped it would be. Stupid bright. Michael asks, what do you think of Gene Stealer cult armies instead of NIDS? You're thinking of the coolness factor. Honestly, I don't have a problem with either. I think doing, like, if you have a preference for Gene Stealer cult and you want to have a little bit more of that human element, but still also have the alien element that the NIDS do offer, then by all means, man, go hardcore into the Gene Stealer cults. I personally don't think I would end up running Gene Stealer cults because I don't know if I'm up to snuff with the tactics to be able to appropriately run them because of, like, the sort of the fact that you can actually, like, hide them and then put out markers so that your opponent can't really see what they are. I don't know, the complexity of that is a little daunting to me. Maybe it's not as bad as I would imagine, but it feels like it might be, so I don't know if I would ever play them, but on a just, like, painting them level, I think they look really cool. I like their vehicles a lot, actually, when it comes to Genestealer cults. They get some rad vehicles, because they get all those, like, mining vehicles and stuff, and it's not just your standard tanks, as much as I do love a good tank. I do also like the idea of seeing what other vehicles might exist in the 41st millennium that would be converted, for example. This Doomfire magenta pink is just so bright. I love it. I watered that last bit down a little too much. Doesn't quite match my other ones, which I am going to adjust on, because I actually like the way this looks. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to leave it. I like the way it looks. I'm just going to water the other ones down a bit more. Oh, but that looks so good. Do I want to do his eyes in yellow or pink? Also, I think I'm going to paint this pink. Sweet. I don't even have to touch it up. It's like a weird gap in the, there we go. Does it have it on the other side? Well, it doesn't matter if it does, because its hand's covering it. You do have another 40k question, as you've not played. Go ahead and ask Michael. Michael Wayne, because I see that I've got 2 Michaels in chat who are quite active. So feel free to go ahead and ask another question. But yeah, in regards to the Genestealer cults, I think the range is really fun. If you think they're interesting and they are a play style that you think you're going to enjoy, that's all that should matter. If you think they're cool, and if you think you're going to have fun playing them, if the idea of what the Genestealer cults are goes, yeah, and that's how it makes you feel, then go for it. Oh, that's really cool. I hadn't thought of using them in Necromunda. That probably works super well. Forgot to paint. Let's close. You think the eyes, Lee, you think the eyes should be in yellow? I kind of agree with you. I think they should also be in yellow. So let's go ahead and, oh, I need to paint the tongue in pink. That's the other thing I forgot to do in pink. Well, let's get the eyes first. Let's do a little dab. Nice little dab. I don't mind if I go over a little bit. It'll give us a slight glowy effect. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's get some pink back on our brush. And paint his little tongue. This is where we probably want. All right. Wonderful, as Matt Hardy says. 'Tis wonderful. Wonderful! I should have painted the tongue before I painted the teeth. Oh, that dried way less saturated than I wanted, so we're gonna glaze back over. That's better. Yeah, so much better. Oh my god, I think he's, like, done. Look at that. We completed one whole Tyranid. Well, we haven't even really completed him because we haven't done anything with his base. But he himself, I think, like, this is our concept. This is what we're going for. I didn't paint the thing on the end of that. Hold on. That was the whole reason I opened the yellow. Okay. Alright, that time I think we got it. I am going to do a smidge, tiny amount of touch-up / glazing of some purple over the front of this thing again, because I feel like it's a little not dark enough for me. And I want it to be darker. I think we are literally having our trash picked up right now. And I'm shocked by that because it's a holiday. I was not expecting it. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else that I need to paint on him outside of the base? I genuinely do not think so. Oh, yes, there is. I didn't get the claws on the gun. There are like a little bit of... That's way more skeleton horde than I need. Thank you. Paint pot. We need to paint that in a little bit of bone. And that in a little bit of bone. Okay. Now, it is complete. And I'm actually very happy with it. You guys can't see it. It's blurry. Hold on. I mean, you guys have taken a look at it, I guess, previously. Oh my god. Camera. Eye on the gun? Missed that the first time. Is there an eye? Oh, you mean that thing. I went ahead and did it in pink. Is it supposed to be an eyeball? Is that what it's meant to be? Please focus, camera. So that we can... There we go. You mean that thing right there? I just went ahead and did it in pink. Because I liked it. I thought it looked good. Ooh, purple, pink, and red nids? That sounds really fun, Kyle Bradford. Because I've got 2 Kyles, both with B's in their last name. Excellent. I have not tried one-page rules yet, Lee. I have, I am familiar with it. I have not actually looked at the rule set itself, but I have actually painted one of the miniatures from it. It was like a Tomb King-esque thing, and it was really, really rad. I had a lot of fun painting it, but I've not actually tried the game. Did I miss that section of his claw completely? I did. Hold on. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I bumped the camera. Sorry, guys. That one was a bit violent. There we go. Hell yeah. Okay, I am happy with that.
I heard you curse and apologize.
Oh, I bumped the camera really hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's rude.
It was rude. Look! This is the final concept.
I like it.
I like it too. I'm really pleased with it.
Yes. No, I like it a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it looks... I think the bone was a nice choice because I think it mutes it down a little bit. And I really liked your idea, I was talking to them about it, of what to do for the base. Like, keeping it astrogranite and keeping it very, like, sci-fi as opposed to alien. Because I think it'll kind of bring them back into the world a bit better and make them feel toxic rather than, like, cartoony. And I'm really liking the look.
Excellent.
Nice. I am probably going to wrap up here shortly. We are almost at
3
o'clock. So I'll probably
going
do...
short today.
I went from 1 to 3. Isn't that normal?
You've been going longer.
Oh, I guess that's true. I could keep going, I suppose.
It's up to you.
I'm honestly a little tired, but I'll let me consider it. Let me consider it. We'll keep working for right now. We've got some more purple to work on, because we clearly have not finished doing that. And it would not hurt us to get some more done. Oh, one of the things I needed to double check, actually, on this lad, is I had cleaned up one section that I thought I was going to end up doing in a different color, but I decided I was just going to keep it in green. And while I've got him here, I need to fix that. So, also, I just realized I did not paint the backside of this arm. Oops. To be fair, I'm not sure it would be super noticeable, but you know what, just in case. Alright. I did not... Oh, okay, I did not clean it up on this one, so perfect. He was one of the boys that I missed. Well, since I have some green on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and run through and just fix this real quick, because I cleaned this up, didn't mean to, or, well, I meant to, but I decided I didn't like it. Alright, so that's fine. Let's get him, because I basically did this on all of them. And I realized, you know, it just kind of works better in green. It just kind of looks like it's meant to be green. There we go. Fix that. Let's get it from this side. I don't know if it matters. Probably not, because I don't think you'll be able to see it. I may not have even cleaned it up anyways, so that's good. You know, Michael, I'm not really sure what the Imperial Guard are like at the moment. I haven't looked fully at their rules explicitly for 10th edition. Now, one of the things that I do know, and this is the true of all factions, but it is very relevant because I think we saw it first with the Imperial Guard, is that you do not have to buy war gear anymore. So, from my understanding, what this has meant is that certain, like, factions of Guard are probably not going to be run as much, I don't think. Because stuff like the Krieg's Guardsmen, like the ones that came in the Kill Team box set, as well as some of the other, like, groups are just superior in what they can bring, because all the war gear is free now, to stuff like Cadians or Catachans or various other things like that. And I can't remember exactly precisely which ones are better than others, but there are some that now just have, based on their options and what you can do flexibility-wise with what units you can bring and what weapons they have, they're just superior, and so it's going to most likely, at least in the competitive scene, mean that all guardsmen are going to end up running, like, roughly the same troops choices, at least. I don't know if that's the same thing for, like, their tanks and such, but I know for the troops choices, there are certain, like I said, I think it's the Death Corps of Krieg that are just really, really good in the game right now over some of the other groups. I think they're probably pretty good. The Ordnance. I feel like most of the bigger models, like the tanks and the ordinances and those kinds of things, are just very beefy now. And a lot of them can, like, move and still fire their heavy weapons. So it's pretty nice. Alright, we've got that going. I fixed yours, right? Yes. Alright. I've run out of green on my brush, so we're going to go ahead and keep working on the purple, which I will need to reopen and close the screen so I don't evaporate it. And I also don't knock it over and spill it accidentally, because that would definitely happen. I haven't done it in a while, but it is definitely something that I've done. Justin, if you don't end up being able to get your hands specifically on the Leviathan box set, which is what these came out of, then the starter sets that are going to be releasing soonish from Games Workshop to go along with the full release for 10th edition should definitely satisfy you specifically wanting to paint some of these models. Specifically, one of the starter sets comes with like both combat patrols within it, as well as a terrain board. Not terrain itself, but just the board for you to put stuff on, so that gives you a defined play space and a couple other things. And I think that one's probably going to be the most valuable in my opinion. But the ultimate starter set, I think, comes with like maybe one extra character, but I think it's still just the combat patrols, and then like terrain and the core rulebook. So if you really want the core rulebook and you haven't picked it up yet, I guess get it. But I don't know if it's going to be worth it. But I have still continued to see Leviathan available at my local game stores, so I definitely think it's around. Nice. I don't think I'm really going to do cleanup on that one. Hell yeah. Alright, there we go. Very nice. Alright, there we go. He is now done, actually. I want to get a little bit there. The thing that bothered me on the other gun is I just didn't get the edges well enough, and then it looks sort of unfinished. This one's looking a lot better, but I've also been a bit more delicate with the edges. Okay. Next, mid. We'll need more paint. Yeah, you could totally get the Combat Patrol Tyranid box if you're not wanting to get, like, the Space Marine side of it, too. Which I would definitely recommend if you don't have somebody to split it with, and you don't really just want any Space Marines. Just get the Combat Patrol box for Tyranids once that's out, because it's not... There is one currently. It does not have the same stuff as what you get in Leviathan. It has different things. Wait for the new one to come out. It hasn't released yet. I don't think, actually. Now that I say that, I don't remember if the Space Marine and Tyranid Combat Patrols are out yet, but I don't think they are. What's your favorite type of puzzle to do, Michael? I used to sell a bunch of puzzles at the game store that I worked at because they actually had a really massive collection. And we had like a huge variety. And I was always curious, like, what types of people would end up picking up what types of puzzles. Because, like, we had, like, a lot of fine arts puzzles, but we also had, like, a bunch of maps. We also had a bunch of abstract things, stuff that was just, like, flowers. So it was always really funny to see, like, who picked up what. Hello, Chipster! Welcome to the stream. Mechanics. Talk about an army that I'm always interested in, but have never picked up or, like, tried painting or anything. Mechanicus are pretty cool. Did I just get a bunch of purple where I don't want it to? I might have, sorry. Let me just take care of that. Let me just get rid of that, please. Okay, I think I got rid of most of it. It'll be fine if it's not fully. Did I just I fucking lift. I hate when that happens. I hate when I lift paint accidentally. There we go. Just put it back in. Put it back in, please. Quick. Quick, before it all dries. The rage felt by the GW employees from their customers because their boss did something silly. That's what I imagine the panic button was for. And or the Tyranid invasion. One or the other. Is the new one out, though? I thought they were releasing a new one with different minis in it. Because I know there's the old Combat Patrol, which comes with other things, but I didn't think it was, I didn't think it was the same stuff. They are different models, much more customization in the Combat Patrol box. Okay, that's what I thought. Side is looking good. Let me get a bit more paint. Actually get some more paint instead of just, you know, a tiny amount like I just did. Nice. Oh yeah, no, there's rules for all of those models that exist. It's just not the newest, I think, sculpts is what I mean. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. Let me be clear. I just wasn't sure. Like, that's what I was saying, is if you wanted to get these specific sculpts, you'll want to wait for the new one. But yeah, if you want to just, like, get Tyranids and get started, because from my understanding, that box is not bad by any means. It just is not exactly what's coming up. Before it all dries. Oh, it's got a little bit. Ooh, I've scooted myself over, I think, and that's the problem. There we go. There we go. Oh my god, I went really far. Sorry. I am all over the place suddenly. I told you I was tired. I didn't really feel like scalpers really got their hands on that many of the boxes. I didn't even see them on pre-sale, like on eBay for outrageous prices even. They were all pretty standard, like MSRP costing. And like I said, I've actually seen boxes of Leviathan still in stores. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand maybe not wanting to support Games Workshop explicitly and like giving them your money and therefore like 3D printing in there, but I actually haven't felt like scalpers got their hands on this box that much. We're looking super good on this boy. And I am a happy girl because of it. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, I'm happy with that. We've got his other thigh and leg to work on, but that's pretty much it for this last boy. Oh, were there? I really did not, like, maybe I just didn't look hard enough, but I did not see that many. Like, I'm sure there were some, I just felt like it wasn't outrageous as it was before. Yeah, I was like, I didn't think that they were really having that much of a problem keeping... Like, I thought they had made plenty of Leviathan this time around. Or at least, supposedly. But who knows? Who knows? It's probably different for everybody. That's good. We've got this little leg panel to take care of, and then the little trim above his hooves. I think the purple will be done on this boy. And we can move on to the next one. Sick. Nice, okay. Let's find there. Let's get this one here. I feel like he's got little fancy shoes on. There we go. Cool. One more down. Only 16 more to go. Oh, that's not too bad, Chipster. 375? I feel like that's not, like, terrible. Is the UK in general full of retail sharks? I had not realized. That's so weird. I hadn't realized it was so specifically, like, a UK problem. That just seems so bizarre to me, you know? Alright, let's move on to our next gentleman. Oh, thank you, Fractal Wanderer. I like the music too. It is it's just a compilation that I found on YouTube of music to listen to while painting or reading Warhammer content. And so I was like, well, I'm painting Warhammer right now, so let me go ahead and put that on, and it's turned out to be quite lovely. Keep moving that paint around. There we go. Suddenly got into war drums. I like it. Alright, that's looking a little pale, honestly. What happened? Did I just have too much water on my brush? I must have. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that, Chipster. Did you end up getting all the models that you were hoping to from the set? With the split with your friend? When I first got into the game, that's how I did it. I also split my set with, actually, I think it was Chaos Cultist. I picked up Space Marines, and at the time, the 5th edition starter set was available. I think it was. It was whatever starter set came with Orcs and Space Marines. And that's what I grabbed. And I gave him the Orcs, which technically now are back in my possession. Now that I think about it, but that's at the time how the split went. And now they're my orcs. Because I'm actually the one who runs the orc army. Nice, good. I'm so glad that you were able to get everything you wanted. Especially since you were not just going like an even, like, I get the Marines, you get the Tyranids, or vice versa. You were actually doing like a variety. Still on screen. There we go. Looking lovely. Take care of the thigh next. Try to avoid getting too much paint on that claw that I'm going to repaint in green. Because I stupidly decided it should be a different color when it really did not need to be. There we go. I have an itch on my eyeball. Ow. Good, I'm really glad that your friend's happy with the split too. Yeah, you should definitely drive home. Please put the phone away, and you can watch the rest of the live stream later. Have a good rest of your day. That is definitely, yes, be safe. Please, everybody be safe when you're, like, watching the stream. Do not drive and watch the stream at the same time. My hope is we'll go for a little while longer, and if I can get 10 of these guys painted up entirely in their purple, that'll be like half of them, and I'll feel pretty good about that. And then I think we'll call it. But I think that's a good goal to have. And then next time, oops, holy shit, I just absolutely fucked that up. Hold on. Get out of here, paint. Get off my beautiful green thigh. It's not where you belong. Okay, we're good. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. what was I saying? Oh yeah, I feel like that'll be a good time. And then the next time that we stream, I'll be working on my Tyranids still. I think we're gonna be working on something a little bit bigger. My plan is to be working on something a bit chunkier. Probably a Screamer Killer or something. I think that would be fun. Especially now that I'm very confident with my color scheme. Like, I can basically base everything on this. Oh my gosh, Michael, it's so late for you. Thank you for staying up and hanging out with me. I would be totally crashed in bed by 11 p.m. Oh, this thigh up. Hold on, guys. I gotta see if I can recover this. I think I'm doing an okay job. Okay. Had a little bit of like awkward streakiness and it was killing me a little bit. Oh god, I didn't finish painting it though. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Oh, no! No! Okay, maybe I do need to stop. Well, I might at least take a short break here in a moment. Let's try this with a smaller brush. I'm clearly not able to do it with the big brush. There we go. Okay. Settled. Let's get this thing and the gun. I really do like this Tamiya brush. It is so nice. Alright, let's do the trim around the hooves while we're down here. Nice. Lovely. You'll be awake for a few more hours yet? Oh my gosh. Double dip, it's also like super late for you? Chipster, at least it's super early in the morning for you. My goodness. Oh, it is, I think it's, well, it's Tuesday afternoon for me, so it's Wednesday morning for you? Are you in the 5th of July? I think you must be, right? Alright, looking sick. I'm super pleased. Do I have purple paint there? Not really. Alright, we are painting the gun now. My gosh, Okami. You're time traveling. You've completely bypassed America's Independence Day. Looking good. Oh, for the next stream. I'm sorry, Chipster. I completely misunderstood what you were asking. The next stream is actually going to be on Thursday at 1 p.m. for our GM mode stream. I said that weird. Our GM mode playthrough. And then the next one will be on Friday, and that, I believe, will be at 3 p.m. I think normally, isn't that what we do on Fridays? Is it at 3 p.m.? But we'll have one on Friday and one on Saturday, more than likely. The Saturday one, I think, will be at 1, if I remember correctly, and then I think the Friday one's going to be at 3. Now, the one on Friday is going to be a little bit different from what we are doing today. I am just slurring all my words at this point. I am clearly exhausted. I didn't paint that hand at all. Holy shit. The stream on Friday is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to be working on a metal, like a really cool construction toy that was sent to me by a company called Metal Kitter. I always almost butcher their name / just do butcher their name, but it's called Metal Kitter. They sent me this, what I think is going to end up being a very gorgeous looking like butterfly design, but it's steampunk, and it's all done with like metal pieces that screw into each other. From my understanding, I've done a little bit of testing with the stand, just to give myself a little bit of an idea of like what this is going to be like, because I've never built anything like that or done anything with that, but I'm really excited. It was actually going really smoothly, and I think the design is really cool. So I'm looking forward to that, and that will be on Friday. Oh, you take the 4th off each year. Nice. Are you celebrating? Oh, you did you celebrate with your Shoremans? That is amazing. Oh yeah, I forgot. I should paint all their thumbs. There are little cute thumbs that stick out that I hadn't realized. Also, okay, there we go. That hand is now painted. I just completely missed that for some reason. That's fine. I did not paint that thumb, though. Alright, there we go. Much better. Okay. I'm feeling good about him. He's done. There was a tiny white dot there. Too watery, too watery, too watery. Let's try that again with less moisture on the brush. There we go. Can't let those little dots not be. Did I do that on him? I bumped the camera. I'm sorry. Okay, he's fine. I actually did do that on him. Did I do that on anybody else? No. Just did his. I need to do your buddy, friend, and guy. Oh, Okami, I'm sure they probably wouldn't, especially if you've got dogs. I remember when I was a kid and we had a pet dog, like, she did not enjoy 4th of July at all. Thankfully, we could just, you know, leave her at home in a secure place where there was less firework noise while we went out to go enjoy the fireworks ourselves. So it didn't really diminish our experience specifically, but yeah, I get what you mean. Because we did try taking her, like, once, I think, when she was older. Because we thought maybe she would be okay with it by that point, because she had, you know, she grew up with kids. We were fucking loud. So we were like, maybe it won't be so bad. It was not good. She was not happy we left. So I get that. Nice, Sarah! I'm so glad you got your Neuro Tyrant built. That is exciting. Okay, there we go. Now we can move on to the next one. Keep finding little bits of his arm that I just missed green on. And it's irking me. Okay, I think now he might actually be done. It's all good. I'm not surprised by that, Mercarion. The fact that Edge is going to be retiring again soon does not surprise me. I'm just glad that he gets to do it on his terms, which I know was his whole point of coming back. Was he just wanted to be able to retire on his terms instead of being taken out due to injury, and I can absolutely bloody respect that. Alright, here's our next boy. So we've done 5. What time is it? It is 3:23. Let's try. Let's keep going. Let's try. Let's try to get a few more done. See if we can actually get to the 10. Okay. Speed. But cleanliness. On camera, activate. Go! Good, let's get the other side. Bye, Chipster! No problem. I hope work is not too bad for you. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you for hanging out with me while I paint. Nice, part works. Making some beautiful progress. Oh, Justin, I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you got some gatekeepers in your community, unfortunately, at your store? That is the worst. Like, it bothers me when people do that, because there's really nothing, there's nothing that should prevent somebody from entering into the game and wanting to play outside of it just being, like, I guess, more complicated than they were wanting to deal with. Like, I feel like it should not be other people's attitudes that keep people from playing. I'm so sorry that your community sounds like it's not exactly the most inviting. I have been really lucky, and I have not come across that too much in my experience.
Across what?
Gatekeepers in a community preventing me from, like...
Oh,
wanting...
man, I used to live at this place where, like... I mean, there was a dude at the front, and he, like, waved at you when you came in, but you didn't have to do anything. Like, I passed him when I used to go to the gym. It was, like, this country club that my parents belonged to.
Uh-huh.
And, like, they weren't rich enough to live in the, like, community, but they were rich enough to, like, pay for the membership. So, like, I encountered that gatekeeper a lot. And then when I was in college, the gatekeepers at the dorms were dicks. So, actually, they were dicks.
You know what? That is true.
Like at Dyson?
Oh, yeah. You know what? You're right. The gatekeepers at Dyson were pretty terrible.
At our college, back in the day, there was basically a meme at the time on campus of what was the most ridiculous thing you could flash at the security guards to get past.
Because they just did not care.
Yeah. I mean, they were asleep many, many a time, but...
Pretty much, yes. And which meant you could pretty much flash most things if they weren't paying attention and just be able to get into the building. It was very safe.
Yeah, graham crackers were the common.
Yes! I forgot about the graham crackers. Holy cow. Oh my god, I hadn't thought about that in ages. Good lord. I never witnessed one of these, unfortunately. I was never, like, in the groups of kids that did it. But, I had heard a tale. Did you ever do it? Did you ever, like, flash something that was not your ID card to get in?
Yes.
Nice. I don't think
Not because of a joke, but because I just forgot my ID.
That's fair. That is fair.
Which is really common.
That, I believe. I'm pretty sure I've done that, but never intentionally. Hell, you know what? I don't even think I did that. I think I was too much of, like, a scaredy cat to even try.
I was gonna say, you were always a goody two-shoes.
I was. I was such a, like, brown noser.
Yeah, like, I think you and I have talked about this, of, like, I got suspended from school, like, every year through, like, sophomore year of high school.
Yep. And I never was suspended once.
Yeah. So.
I was a good girl, dang it. Thank you for subscribing, Bogdan Gabriel Lacobescu? Lacobescu?
I'm not even gonna try.
I think I got that, maybe.
I think you butchered it.
I think I got Bogdan correct. God damn it! I said it correct the first time. I said it correct the first time. Words are hard.
I'm interrupting this.
No, you're absolutely fine. I'm actually going to, I think, wrap up after this one. I am losing concentration ability, and I'm worried I'm gonna get like more sloppy than I'm comfortable with.
That's fair.
So, you know what? I'm gonna actually call it. I'm looking at this going, my hand is not feeling quite as steady. I am not feeling like I can successfully.
Your mom's spaghetti.
I'm gonna throw up my mom's spaghetti. Isn't that what happens in that song? All right. Thank you, everybody. Let me move the boys that we got painted. Look, we made progress. I'm gonna zoom us out. Whoop. We made progress. Look at our lovely purple monstrosities. They're so good. Okay, I do think I am going to peace out now, because the more that I keep talking, I just keep feeling like I am slurring everything that I am saying. And yes, Sarah, you were absolutely correct. It is getting close to my dinner time. So I think I'm gonna head out. I really appreciate you all joining me today. We will not be working on the Tyranids on Friday. We have a special stream. I was sponsored by a company called Metal Kitter, and they sent me a really cool butterfly to build and construct out of metal pieces. And I've done a little bit of testing with it, and I'm really excited for this, so you can be looking forward to that on Friday. Thursday, we will have a brand new GM mode episode, so you guys can be looking forward to that as well. But on Saturday, we'll probably be back to painting up some more of our Tyranids. But instead of working on the gaunts, even if I don't have them fully done yet, which hopefully I will, but even if I don't, we are going to be starting progress on one of our big boys, because I think that is going to just be really, really fun. Oh, I'm so sorry, Thor. Yes, I think you did come in a little bit late. I'm so sorry. We went actually a little bit longer than I normally do. Normally my streams are roughly about 2 hours, but I've been trying to expand them a little bit. But honestly, I've just exhausted myself today. I worked out like really hard this morning. I don't know if I slept super well. And I did a lot of stuff yesterday, actually. So I think I might just be still tired from that. And I'm just not feeling like I can continue going. But thank you guys so much for being here. To anybody that is watching this later on demand, thank you for doing that. Please do make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you never want to miss when I go live, or if you just want to be able to catch back on these videos later at your convenience. If you guys haven't already, please do me a huge solid and go watch today's news and give that a like as well, because that just helps the algorithm and all of that. So that'd be wonderful. And to everybody who has been hanging out with me today in chat, thank you guys so very much. You all are lovely. I love being able to like do this with you and just chat and see what you guys are working on while I work on things. It's always a blast. So I really appreciate it. Anyways, I've been Angela, and have a wonderful hobby night, everybody. Bye.